Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be working on 3 prompts for Junk Journal January. The prompts are repeat, newspaper, and modern. The Junk Journal January challenge is hosted by Meg Journals. You can check her announcement video on the description below. So for repeat, I'm doing a repeat of patterns to create the background for my page. So I selected this stamp and I'm repeating it. And I'm also doing it in a line. So I'm doing a diagonal line. I'm putting all the stamps in a diagonal line. So I'm also doing line at the same time, if that makes sense. This was very hard to come up with an idea of how I was gonna do all of these prompts together. I didn't plan for all these 3 prompts to be together, but it's been a difficult week and I just haven't been keeping up with my journaling. So I'm doing everything together now. So after I did the leaf stamps, I selected that kind of wreath stamp that I really like, and I did that as well as a repeat pattern. For newspaper, I decided to use this ephemera package that my husband gave to me when I started to do junk journals, like over a year ago now. And one of the packages comes with newspaper ephemera. A lot of the pages were like advertisement, but a lot of them were news. I'm showing you here, those are the news for when the Titanic sank. So yeah, they're real newspapers. I wish I had newspapers because I thought it would have been cool to use actual newspaper, but the truth is that I haven't bought a physical newspaper since the early 2000s. I used to love reading the newspaper, but once everything became online, I just started reading the news online. So I don't have any newspaper. So then I decided to create a collage using these newspaper pages, but also other papers. That's a piece of a coffee dyed envelope that I used for the map prompt that it's in the page next to it, and I really like that leftover with the window part, so I'm gonna be using that later on. And for the newspaper to have like a more impact that it's an actual newspaper, I decided to just glue this whole page, so I didn't tear the paper or anything. And I'm using that line notebook paper as another way to use the prompt line. Also, I'm using repeat in a different way. I decided to repeat one of the prompts, so I'm repeating neutral. As you can see, all the papers I'm using are neutral. I really had fun. What did I just say? I had a lot of fun doing the repeat and doing the neutral and overlap prompts together. I think that's one of my favorite pages, so I kind of wanted to repeat that. So I'm using neutral. Oh, sorry, I didn't do neutral and overlap together. I did neutral and balance. Anyways, I also like what I did for overlap. You can see that I'm all over the place today. It's been a rough week. A lot of things happening in the US right now. I don't want to get into politics, but if you are in the US, I feel for you. Anyways, let's move on. I don't want any negativity in my channel. So now I'm choosing that flower to put in there, so I fussy cut it and I'm gonna put it behind the window. I was debating whether to put it on top of the window, but I thought it would look nicer if I put it behind the window. Oh, and if you want to make sure I'm talking correctly about all the prompts I've already done and that I'm confusing them at this time, go and watch my whole Junk Journal January playlist that it's linked down in the description below, so you can see what prompts I did together, and then you can tell me when did I do the neutral one, because I guess I'm losing my mind. I'm not losing my mind, I'm just tired. So then I was trying to figure out if I wanted to use that little window of the envelope as a pocket, but then I said no, because it was gonna cover the flower and part of the newspaper. And then I decided to add more some tissue paper, which I guess I'm also repeating the prompt tissue. So a lot of ways to interpret these prompts, I think. I really struggle with the prompt line. I'm not gonna lie, I was about to just say, I'm not gonna do this prompt, it makes no sense. But once I started working on it, I thought, it's not that hard. It doesn't have to be complicated. As I did the patterns, the repeat stamps in a line, that was like, oh, that could be the way to use that prompt. But then also when I found that little piece of line paper, I said, well, that's another way to interpret this prompt. And then I just stamped line on top of a line. Because why not? So line is day 24, so I'm stamping that there. And then I'm gonna create a label of sorts for the prompt repeat. I mean, to write repeat on that. I have that label stamp on my desk for a while, and I think because it's been out for so long, it just doesn't stick to the acrylic block. Do you know how to fix that? Because I really don't know. Maybe I need to clean it on the back and see if it can stick again. So I just wrote repeat, and for all the lettering that I do in my journal, I use my Pentel Touch brush pen that I love, if you're interested. And repeat is day 22, so I stamped 22, and then I decided that this page needed a sticker because I hadn't put any sticker. And there we have like a lavender sticker. I really like how this is looking now. It was really nice to see the whole process because, as I said, I was feeling very uninspired. That's the word. And I just didn't know what to do for line. Even repeat became very difficult. Newspaper, I knew I had that ephemera, but that's a zoom in. And here's the final collage. I really like it, actually. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again next time soon. Bye.